I'm gonna show you these trees. I haven't made a Wyoming video yet until now. I stated before that I've found these fires in every state I've been through, but as I was adding them up, I think I excluded Wyoming and maybe Colorado and said next time I'm going through I'll just catch a video because I know it's everywhere, including there. And the other thing I'm going to say, this is wide open country around here. But I've seen hundreds of those fence posts, just like the ones I showed in my last video, like these over here. Like these here. Hundreds of these fence posts that are burned with plasma fire burn patterns. So let's just look at this tree. The burn-unburn pattern is obvious. You can see how it scorched the outside and kind of left the, I'm gonna go hit the more obvious one right over here real quick. And then make my way back there. Yeah, check this one out. Now, I would hope the locals see this and know that fire don't burn half a tree. But I know people watching my channel are used to seeing this enough that they've figured it out. Because the pattern is so repetitive, it's like impossible not to notice once you see it. That's not a shadow issue, that's the actual burn line that goes up the tree right there and stops right there. That's one thing that Jamie Lee of A Plain Truth was noticing in Paradise. After the fires, they were all burnt up to about 20 feet. Like the earth has some sort of ambient energy blanket that only goes up that high. And it looks like you can see it's burned the bark, but not the underwood, but only in some places. Like this is the underwood burning at a knot. It looks like there was a knot there. So like I've said, that's where a branch is gonna come out and it draws more fibers like copper wire down into the ground. And you can see all this wood around here. This, that, there's a bunch of wood over here. It all has the same signature of plasma fire. So I would hope the locals are using their plasma fire spiritual parasite protection shield and noticing that there is no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. I have always thought that it's a crime. So I will ask you once again, try to see it God's way. 'Cause soon there won't be a choice. If you don't look for the still small voice within, soon it will come through as a booming Godzilla voice between your ears. So yeah, I just thought I'd stop by and, oh, looks like they did actually cut this. Someone did come here and cut this. You can see from the split right here. It's cut off flat right there. And maybe they cut it that far and then it split and broke the rest of the way. But whoever was here and cut this wood down surely has to be able to see that it was electricity coursing through the inside of the wood that caused it to burn the way it did. Go check this out a little more and be out of here. Hey, there's a fixer-upper. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. Okay, let's get down in there. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, my point kind of was, by the way, this is the burn line right here going up the tree right there. All the way up to about here. There we go. Lighting's not helping too much, but there you go. Fire don't burn a straight line up the side of a tree. Or even curvy lines for that matter. This here, how it curves. Even though it's not a straight line, the fact that there's a clear line between the burn and unburn, fire don't do that. You can see on this branch how it's burnt the underside of it, but stops right there. To the untrained eye, they might tell themselves, well, the fire came from below, but what was below? The car? There was no fuel right here to create flames going 25 feet up there to burn just the bottom side. It was electricity coursing through and focusing on one side or the other. It does that quite often, so I don't feel I really need to explain that anymore on this channel. I just documenting it and letting you know it's all over here. And this is the Wyoming edition. So add that to the number of states and know that these plasma fires are coming to a town near you and probably already are there. But the amazing thing is how oblivious we all are. This is that same branch from the other side where you can actually see now, because the sun's not right in our eyes, that it burnt the bottom half. Right up to about there. So they definitely got some plasma out here in Wyoming. Oh, that's the other thing I've often noticed, is it will burn on one side. On this case, it burned on the right side, not the left side of that tree. Likewise with this stump, with this post, with this tree, on the same side. And at the bottom over here, that side, not that side. So of each branch that it courses up, it's gravitating toward this side of each one of those. On the street, where the phone poles are all burnt, they'll all be burnt on the street side. No matter which direction that street goes and which direction those poles are facing, they'll all be burnt on the street side. Like the underground fiber optics and phone lines and electrical lines are buried in the street, and thus all the phone poles are burned on the street side, no matter whether that's north, south, east, or west facing.